The Ninja Gaiden 3 is at first an extremely hard game and then an extremely easy one. Once you master the controls and everything else, it's actually a very good game. It's actually the best of the 3 Ninja Gaiden games, and it's very unforgiving, but the controls are so good that it compels you to keep playing it. The controls are really good. It's probably got some of the best controls on the NES. The graphics and the music are great. It's very hard at first. Once you figure out what to do, it's not so bad. But memorizing all the enemy patterns takes time, so if you want to beat this one, it'll feel good to beat it, but it'll take a lot of time. First level, not so much. First 2 levels are really easy. Bosses are all easy in this game. But, well, the last boss is only hard because there's 3 of them, but beyond that, they're easy. The very final one is kind of hard. The rest are all easy. This is the 2nd level already, and you want to clear out all the enemies on this part because they will overwhelm you and they'll ambush you, so... The best thing you'll learn about trying to beat this game is that the enemies don't respawn, so if you just take them out one by one, it helps a lot. So those guys kind of jump over you, so just run past them. This is the second half of this stage, and it's actually not too bad. This stage is about as easy as the last stage, it's just a little longer. There's nothing truly difficult here. Next stage is a different story. Next stage is very hard. Until you have a specific strategy, then it's very easy. I'll show you my strategy, but here, there's not too much strategy, you just want to keep going. Make sure you grab the extra life in this room and the magic power-up. If you can get to the end with 9 total lives, there's a total of 7 extra lives. There's 1 on every stage except the first one, and there's 2 on the last one. There's a total, and you finish with a total of 9. If you can get to the last area with a total of 9 lives, you're in good shape because you'll have a good chance of defeating the final boss. Otherwise, you're going to struggle because you might run out of lives. And if you run out of lives, you have to start the last level over, and you get 5 continues, so... Is it hard? Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's hard because the level itself is hard, so... Last level's hard. The rest of the game's pretty easy overall. As soon as you know what to do. Until you know what to do, which can take several hours, it's hard. But this is a game that compels me to keep playing it because the controls are really good. Pretty much this might be one of my 10 favorite NES games. I like it better than the other 2 Ninja Gaiden games. It's got much better gameplay mechanics. So... this guy's really easy too. If you stay in the middle, he can't damage you. So he's about as easy as the first boss. He does that kind of waveform pattern. Don't get to the left or the right of him because then you might take a hit. If you stay in the center, left or right of the room, I should say. If you stay in the center of the room. Okay, so here you want to lure this guy over, this ship thing, because it will kill you. This level's hard, and it's only after coming up with a viable strategy for each part that I was able to do it, because it's tough, especially when you're trying to beat the whole game. But yeah, this specific set of movements that I do in regards to the enemy spawns, it's not that hard to remember once you've done it enough times. Here you need to absolutely make sure you lure this fish over here, because if you just throw that weapon at it, you'll lose the extra life. You can use the other power-up that you get also, but that's a little harder. quickly jump and kill those enemies, and I'm going to use this flame on the last fish, and then I can just head for the door. The two fish at the end are kind of random spawning. They don't always spawn in the same place. Here I find it's just easier to run through it because the water will let you just run with the water and you can get through it. Quickly duck and slash those grasshoppers and keep moving. This room you want to kind of clear all the enemies out as much as possible because these dragonflies are the most annoying enemy in the game, and they're all over the place. So right here, I'm going to use this. This thing makes you invincible, and it also kills the enemies that you touch, so it helps a lot. The main thing you want to be careful with is not to touch another power-up while you have it, because it will cancel out, and you might take damage. Oh shit, I need that. So that scroll in the corner, I need to grab that too. What that does is it increases your magic, so that's why you want to grab all of them, and it carries over even if you die or get a game over. You still keep it, so from level to level, so you want to get it because you can spam attack magic on the last boss with it, so that helps a lot. So right here I'm going to use this. Make sure you have at least 40 magic so you can use it on the way back. Taking that lower path to get the sword upgrade, because otherwise you're not going to have the sword to fight the boss, and it's going to make it a lot harder. Boss is easy, though. I mean, he's comparatively hard compared to the rest of the bosses, but really, you can only damage the one on the right, so just don't get caught in the flurry of those ninja stars, and you'll see I'm probably not going to take a hit. When the ninja stars go, just move away from them, but be aware of both directions that they're shooting in, so you don't touch them. Other than that, just hit the one on the right only and ignore the other one. So here, but good luck figuring that out the first time. I had some real trouble with that. I should have used a guide, but I didn't. So you want to pick up this flame on this level, and you need that or you're absolutely going to take damage here. Make sure you don't use it. You want to save some of it for the next part because you'll need it. Every power-up that you get on this part, you want to pick up and because you're going to need it. So there's a total of 3, and they all have their use in sequential order. Use this to take these guys out. Now grab the extra life. Let the dragonfly come back around. He'll run off the screen. If they leave the screen, they're gone, so don't worry about it. Pick up this. That's the opposite of the other flame. It just shoots down, so use that there. Then you pick up the ninja stars. You can kill this thing. That's it. Halfway through stage 4. Here, this is only hard because of the spikes. The spikes take off about 1/3 of your health, so whatever you do not touch the spikes. Which is kind of hard to do at times because there will be projectiles coming at you and you might have to gauge, but you have to make a split-second decision. Take a hit from the projectile instead of taking a hit from the spike, because the spike will do way more damage. There's that flame thing too, but you don't really need it here. See, I almost got a hit because that enemy popped in. It's better to take the high road when you can, but there wasn't really an option there. This area you just keep climbing up. It's not too bad at all. It's probably the easiest part of this level. You probably, if you're decent, you could probably finish this game in about 20 minutes because probably a speed run would probably take about 15 minutes. But that doesn't change the fact that it's going to take hours to get to this point. You're going to have to know where everything is, and you won't know the first time. So here you want to stick to the higher road for the most part. Careful. Can be tempting to rush, but you don't want to do it here. Alright, so this boss, very simple. Wait for him to come down this way, slash the hell out of him. Take off at least half his health, jump up here, quickly jump to the middle. He does 5 fireballs, and then move. And then do the same thing over again. Very simple programmatic way to kill him. If you don't do it that way, it's harder because you don't know where he's gonna burrow down. And if you're on the floor while he's shooting the fireballs, you're gonna inevitably take a hit.